Today on the CTV News at 5, Lethbridge Regional Police are called to a home to deal with a robbery and find a grow-op. Plus, few details about what led to the death of a Lethbridge woman found floating in Waterton Lake. And some happy campers this May long weekend.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. Lethbridge Regional Police have one man in custody after successfully executing an arrest warrant this morning at an apartment along Mayor McGrath Drive South. Officers surrounded this apartment building in the 500 block of 23rd Street South. Inside, police say that 24-year-old Cody Martins refused to open the door and surrender to police. He's wanted on 9 separate arrest warrants. Police didn't release any details on the warrants, but we do know that they included property offenses and failing to appear for fingerprints, as well as court appearances. Martins is currently in custody, awaiting the outcome of a judicial release hearing. And police got more than they bargained for while investigating reports of a home invasion and robbery in West Lethbridge on Sunday. Officers were called to a home along the Moyne Crescent West around 1:30 Sunday morning. The homeowner claimed that 2 men pointed a gun at his friend, forced their way inside, stole $2,400 in cash and then fled. The 2 men, they were located nearby on Columbia Boulevard a short time later. However, once inside, police located a marijuana grow operation and upon further investigation seized quantities of hashish, cocaine and marijuana. 20-year-old Brandon Gaudry and 19-year-old Thomas Nixie each face a charge in relation to the home invasion. The homeowner, 28-year-old Matthew Bicknell, is facing a number of drug-related charges. All 3 men are in custody and they will make court appearances tomorrow. And RCMP are releasing very few details after the body of a Lethbridge woman was found floating in Waterton Lake Friday afternoon. Police say they know who the victim is, but they don't know what happened, and they are asking the public for help. Alicia Fieldberg reports.
Friday afternoon, canoeists found a body floating face down near Cameron Bay in Waterton Lake.
With assistance of the Parks Canada boat, we recovered the body and found it was a female.
RCMP say she's a 23-year-old from Lethbridge, but aren't releasing her name. An autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday in Calgary. Officers say they won't speculate on what may have happened until they see the results.
We don't believe she was in a boat of any type, but water safety is always a big issue on any lake.
Cameron Bay was blocked off Friday and Saturday while a canine search team scanned the area for evidence. RCMP also called in Calgary Major Crimes Unit.
It is very common on cases that are ongoing and we're not sure what happened.
Many park visitors saw the investigation. Some are a bit concerned.
We've seen the police over there. They had the area taped off, and it's a little disturbing to know what happened.
It's unsettling, I guess, knowing that, because we do come here often and never heard of anything like that.
I just know that someone was found, and one of my friends had seen the body outside of the river, zipped up in a bag, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of scary.
There's plenty of speculation around town about the incident, including reports that someone saw the body go over Cameron Falls. Police say they're not releasing details until after the autopsy, but they're asking anyone who may have information to please contact them. Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Waterton.
Officers say they can't comment on whether they're looking for other people involved in the incident, but they ask anyone who may know about the woman's death to contact Pincher Creek RCMP. Meanwhile, searchers are still out at a lake southeast of Edmonton for the 3rd straight day, trying to find the bodies of 2 missing boaters. The young men from Camrose have not been seen since heading out on Coal Lake to go fishing earlier this weekend. RCMP have brought in sonar to help. They've also used a tracking dog, a helicopter, and members of Wetaskiwin Search and Rescue to look for the men. There have been more than 200 people involved in the search. But it's been another deadly weekend on Alberta roads. A motorcyclist has died in a crash in Edmonton. 2 Grand Prairie residents have died in separate crashes, and an ATV accident has also claimed the life of a 12-year-old girl near Hinton for the long weekend. Brooks RCMP are turning to the public for help after a week after a teenage girl was attacked. RCMP say around 1:15 Sunday morning, a 14-year-old girl was walking near a cemetery in Brooks when a man grabbed her from behind and forced her to the ground. The teen was able to kick and scream, and the attacker fled on foot. Police say he is Caucasian, between the ages of 28 and 32. He's about 5'10" to 6 feet tall, slightly overweight and muscular. He was wearing blue jeans, white shoes, and a brown sweater. He has blue eyes with short blonde hair and a blue baseball cap. He also has a large tattoo on the left side of his neck. RCMP asked if anyone has information to contact the Brooks Detachment or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Medicine Hat police are looking for $60,000 worth of hot electronics. Early Thursday morning, thieves broke into Zelmore's and made off with iPhones, Blackberries, and GPS. If you have any information, again, you're urged to contact police. Dory Rossiter is off for this Victoria Day long weekend, and Steve Rothfels is filling in today. And Steve, what can we expect in the forecast this week?
Well, a bit of a change. You know, the weekend wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't spectacular, but it was good enough for the gardeners to get out there and do their planting and people to go west and do some camping. But as I say, there's a bit of a change. We're going to see lots of wind tomorrow with temperatures around seasonal, but after that, things continue to go downhill. And we'll have all the details coming up later in the show, Jackie.
Oh, okay. We'll stay tuned for that. Thanks, Steve. For the first time in recent memory, though, the weather actually cooperated this May-long weekend, and it made for some very happy campers.
Well, I went to Chin Lake, and we went to the park a lot of times, and we went swimming.
9-year-old Eden was just one of the excited young campers, like this little guy who our cameras caught up with at the Taber Provincial Campground. Most campers here say their sites were set up as early as Tuesday to ensure that they even got a spot. This campground, like many across the province, was at full capacity. Today, they packed up their gear and headed for home. Campers told us compared to past years when they endured high winds, rain, even snow, this year was fantastic.
The Friday was a little cool and windy, but the rest of the weekend's been really good. It's been nice down here, quiet for the most part. Everybody's just having a good time, I think.
It has been wonderful. The sun was shining, it was warm, it was great.
No, this weekend was excellent. The biggest thing is we had no wind either, and the temperature was good, and the campground was awesome, and everything was excellent. Now we can pack her up and go home.
Taber RCMP say there were no incidents reported at their campgrounds. Meanwhile, area greenhouses say the good weather also helped to boost sales as southern Albertans began to think about their lawns and gardening. Coaldale Nurseries was busy this morning with dozens of customers picking up their bedding, plants, their flowers and trees. The store's owner tells us that she's noticed a big increase in sales this May-long weekend compared to last, and says that's likely due to the warmer temperatures, but warns that you still need to look out for any outdoor plants this early into the season.
They still have to watch the temperatures. You can still get a little bit of frost, and some, you know, you will have to cover or bring in if you can, so they will have to keep an eye on the temperature at night yet for the next few weeks for sure.
And Saturday was the busiest day for Coaldale Nurseries, recording big sales for flowers in particular. Well, almost everyone knows that it's May-long weekend, but not everyone knows why today's a holiday, including some of the people we spoke to in Lethbridge.
No idea whatsoever, I'm sorry.
People can have a holiday? I don't know.
I don't know, go camping maybe, or spend some time with your family.
I believe it's Labor Day or Memorial Day. Memorial Day, yes, that's right.
It's a Victoria Day.
Yeah, Victoria Day, celebrating the Queen's birthday.
There is a holiday because Victoria's birthday, Queen Victoria.
And she's right. Queen Victoria's birthday has been celebrated as a federal holiday since 1845. Victoria was the monarch of the United Kingdom from 1837 until she died in 1901. Victoria Day is also used to recognize the current queen or king. And speaking of future kings, it was the first full day of a royal visit to celebrate a big year for the Queen.
How delighted we both are to be back in Canada to celebrate with you the Queen's Diamond Jubilee.
Prince Charles and Camilla spent the day touring parts of New Brunswick. They'll also visit Ontario and Saskatchewan. The three-province tour is intended to inspire Canadians and recognize those who give back. In St. John, the Royals met well-wishers as a crowd of thousands off for holidays lined Prince William Street in the city with deep Loyalist ties. The East Kootenay has its share of natural beauty, but few people realize that it's home to one of just 3 of the province's internationally recognized wetlands. Kimberly Davidson reports.
The Hoodoos near Fairmont Hot Springs are a recognizable geological attraction in the East Kootenay. But just in behind here is another spot of international importance. These wetlands are part of a 10,000-acre parcel of land known as the Hoodoos property, managed by the Nature Trust of BC. They are part of the Ramsar Convention, a global environmental treaty established for the conservation of wetlands.
It's one of the highest designations you could get. And the reason for that is that it's a major migratory stopover site for waterfowl coming from California, the coast, and going up to Alberta to breed.
Rob Butler is a director for the Nature Trust. He's also one of Canada's leading ornithologists. He's been visiting these wetlands on the edge of Columbia Lake for 45 years.
Well, we've got Canada geese behind us. We can hear them calling away. There's a lot of waterfowl that will be coming through here, a lot of the ducks, mallards, pintail, and so on going into the interior. There's ospreys nesting here. The ospreys will go to Mexico for the winter and come back here to catch fish and raise their young. Bald eagles are around. It's a very, very rich wetland.
The Nature Trust of BC purchases and manages properties to conserve them for all kinds of wildlife.
We have a list of places that we are looking at that are really very important, and we just don't have enough money to purchase them all.
Butler says wetlands are fairly rare in BC's landscape and worth protecting for the 15,000 waterfowl that have been counted here on a single day. Kimberly Davidson, CTV News, Cranbrook.
Lethbridge Regional Police are hoping to cut down on identity theft by helping people safely destroy personal documents. Officers held a public shredding event outside the police station on Saturday. Nearly 300 people dropped off thousands of pounds of documents that a professional shredding company destroyed. The event was free, but officers collected nearly $1,000 in donations for local food banks. Police say people who missed out on the opportunity can still take precautions to protect themselves.
The easiest thing that you can do to help prevent identity theft is buy your own shredder. Buy a little $30 shredder and just shred all those documents with your name, your phone number, your address, your date of birth, those types of documents. Shred them all. And if not, hang on to them and then come on down to one of our free shredding events.
And you can enjoy a night at the movies this week while supporting the local movie industry. Producers of a full-length feature being made in Lethbridge are hosting a fundraiser at Movie Mill on Thursday night. There will also be a silent auction with items signed by entertainment stars, including the likes of Paul McCartney, Frank Sinatra, and the original Star Trek TV cast. Event guests will get a screening of the Hollywood film Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Producers say they've already funded a big portion of production for the Lethbridge movie Common Chord thanks to community support.
This event is going to be used to kind of get us enough cash so that we can get all of the, it could be everything from getting some of the actors' travel paid, or some of the equipment that we need, or some of the people that we do need to pay to get this film made so that it's of a quality that's high enough that really warrants the story that we're telling.
And the fundraising event will also have food, drinks, and even some movie star lookalikes. You can buy tickets at commonchordmovie.com. On the markets today, the TSX was closed, but the Dow Jones had its best closing in 7 trading sessions.